Hello to all RPG fans out there with the Gothic franchise. This is Slivers, and today we are going to start with a first playthrough of the returning mod with the alternative balance 2, but the new balance patch from April. And today we're going to start as a mage. So let's start new game, and we're gonna go with the normal Gothic complexity with no limit of sleeps, no traps, no food or water or fatigue needed because that's just plain frustrating unless you're playing alone, and no instant mana or health regeneration potions. Experience with partner is gonna leave it at 100%. Boss speed, we're gonna leave it at normal and increase difficulty as well. Further, let's go to enemy health. We're gonna put it at 75%, power of enemy at 100, protecting enemies, which means basically how much their armor is going to be. Experience for enemies, which means every time we kill an enemy is gonna be 150% of experience, so we get as much as possible and go through the playthrough as quickly as we can without dying too much, as well as points or health points per level is 10. Oh, no, this is learning points. Excuse me, this is learning points, and this is health points. This is at maximum. And we're also gonna put additional opponents in locations. So we're gonna put some extra experience just along the way so we level faster. Let's start a new game. And while it's loading, let me tell you that the first thing you're gonna see is a scene of Xardas' tower, of him explaining literally what in the intro of the Gothic 2 base game is. So basically, the hero has defeated the sleeper, he's been trapped in that cave or whatever temple, and now Xardas brought him back and we're ready to play the game. But I'll put the subtitles just so you know what he's saying. Let's go.
Один заключенный изменил судьбу сотен. Но он заплатил за это высокую цену. Он победил спящего и уничтожил барьер. Но когда остальные заключенные вырвались на свободу, он остался лежать под грудой камней. Это я отправил его на бой со спящим. И теперь я вызволю его оттуда. Он слаб и многое забыл. Но он жив. Он вернулся.
That was basically it, and you cannot skip this part, so we get right into Xardas' tower, and he strips off out of the armor, the ore armor from Gothic 1, and we start with the conversation in Russian with English subtitles.
Наконец-то! Я уж подумал, что нам с тобой не доведется встретиться снова.
I feel like I spent 3 weeks lying under a load of rocks.
Так оно и было. Ты выжил только благодаря магии твоих доспехов. Я уже начал опасаться, что не смогу вытащить тебя из-под развалин храма. Но хватит об этом. Сейчас-то ты здесь, и над нами нависла новая угроза.
So not all the subtitles are gonna be 100% correct because of the Google Patch Translator. Google does, what it does, but at least it's playable and you don't have to actually learn the language, which is Russian. So let's start with what's this new threat we're talking about.
Один из древнейших артефактов зла был возвращен в этот мир. Его называют когтем Белиара. И насколько мне известно, с его помощью можно управлять бесчисленными легионами мертвых. Надеюсь, мне не надо объяснять, что произойдет, если он вдруг попадет в руки приспешников темного бога.
И где сейчас этот артефакт?
В древних записях сказано, что его последним обладателем был народ зодчих, проживавший на этом острове несколько тысячелетий назад. Все они были верными почитателями и последователями Адоноса, бога воды и равновесия. Я полагаю, что интересующий нас предмет может быть сокрыт в одном из их храмов, где-то тут, на острове. Ты должен выяснить это. И как можно скорее. Недавно культурой зодчих заинтересовались маги воды, прибывшие из долины рудников. Они даже организовали нечто вроде экспедиции в места их святынь. Заручись их поддержкой. С их помощью тебе будет проще отыскать коготь.
At least we have enough time now. I did it. The sleeper...
Был изгнан. Ты победил его. Да, это так. Но не в наших силах остановить войну, которая разгорается сейчас. Своим последним яростным воплем Спящий привел в движение армии тьмы. Это был приказ всем созданиям тьмы. Слово силы, которому все они обязаны повиноваться. Его последним приказом было «Идите!» И они пошли. Все, даже драконы.
Dragons?
Это творение древней силы. Я чувствую их присутствие даже здесь. И они собрали вокруг себя целую армию из низших существ.
Where's this army now?
Лагерь этой армии находится недалеко отсюда, в долине рудников, около Хориниса. И она готовится к атаке. У нас очень мало времени.
And here is the first dialogue that actually gives you experience and an achievement. But don't worry, it doesn't affect the gameplay, so just choose it for 100 experience.
Get out of here.
Если мы сбежим сейчас, это всего лишь отсрочит нашу встречу с драконами. При помощи солдат и магов, живущих здесь, мы можем остановить их до того, как армия тьмы будет полностью сформирована. У нас не будет лучшего шанса для этого.
What can we do?
На этот раз самим нам не справиться. Только сила Инноса может помочь нам в борьбе против этих драконов. В городе Khorinis, что неподалеку отсюда, остановился отряд паладинов. Они обладают сильным артефактом, который может помочь нам победить этих драконов. Они называют его Глаз Инноса. Ты должен завладеть этим артефактом. Расскажи паладинам о надвигающейся угрозе. Ты должен убедить их предводителя поддержать нас. Однако, чтобы одолеть драконов, тебе, возможно, понадобится еще один артефакт. Тот меч, которым ты сразил спящего. Глаз защитит тебя от пламени драконов. Но чтобы сразить их, тебе понадобится воистину смертоносное оружие.
Уризель?
Именно.
Но ведь он остался в храме спящего.
Значит, тебе придется вновь наведаться туда.
А какое оружие может помочь мне справиться с драконами, кроме Уризеля?
В этом мире существует довольно много артефактов, которые по силе могут сравниться с Уризелем. Но мне известны лишь некоторые из них.
Ты можешь рассказать мне об этом?
Хорошо. Первый артефакт, достойный упоминания, это магический посох. Его еще называют гасителем душ. Он обладает невероятной силой, способной совладать даже с самыми могущественными созданиями этого мира, в том числе и с драконами. Правда, подчинить его своей воле способен только очень сильный и опытный маг. В противном случае этот артефакт станет просто бесполезной палкой в неумелых руках.
Хорошо. И где мне его искать?
Если бы я знал, он уже давно был бы у меня. Знаешь, такие вещи на дороге не валяются.
Понимаю. Что-нибудь еще?
Второй артефакт, о котором мне приходилось слышать, носит имя Эрхазир, что в переводе с древнего языка означает «звездная ярость». По легенде, этот лук был создан самим Адоносом, дабы его избранный мог нести смерть своим врагам. Стрелы, выпущенные из него, наделены особенной магической силой, которая способна пробить самую прочную броню. Оказавшись в твоих руках, это оружие дало бы нам ощутимые преимущества в сражении с драконами. Однако я не могу сказать, существует ли оно на самом деле. Тебе придется выяснить это самому.
На другое я и не рассчитывал.
But basically, all the artifacts are hidden away somewhere. He just knows about them. He doesn't know where they are. And since we're going to be a fire magician, we need the staff. And we need it before we get to Act 4 with killing the dragons.
What exactly is the Eye of Innos?
Это амулет. Легенды гласят, что сам Иннос вложил часть своей силы в этот амулет. Он восстановит часть твоей потерянной силы и поможет нам победить драконов. Также он обладает и другими скрытыми возможностями. Я расскажу тебе больше, когда этот амулет будет у тебя в руках.
Why would the paladins give me the Eye of Innos?
Потому что ты тот, кому судьбой предназначено носить его.
How can you claim to know that?
Есть несколько причин полагать это. Вот самое важное из них. Ты победил спящего. Если бы тебе не благоволили боги, ты бы давно уже был мертв.
Let's assume you're right and I'm destined to bear the Eye of Innos. How would the paladins know that's true?
Глаз сам выбирает того, кто может носить его. Когда ты наденешь его, все сомнения паладинов рассеются.
How can I get to the city?
Просто иди по тропинке, ведущей отсюда через горы. Город большой, ты его не пропустишь. Но будь осторожен. Путь в город полон опасностей. А ты сейчас далеко не так силен, как был раньше.
I'll be on my way as fast as I can.
Хорошо. И еще одно. Постарайся не сообщать всем подряд, что моя башня теперь за пределами долины рудников. В первую очередь будь осторожен с магами огня. С тех пор, как я отошел от них, круг огня считает меня мертвым. И это очень хорошо. И помни, что цели, которые перед тобой сейчас стоят, потребуют от тебя огромных усилий. Конечно, силы твои и возможности стали значительно меньше, нежели когда ты шел на бой со спящим. Поэтому я не совсем уверен, справишься ли ты.
Конечно же, я справлюсь. Никто и ничто не остановит меня. Чем дольше ты меня задерживаешь своими разговорами, тем меньше у нас остается времени на отражение угрозы со стороны драконов.
Твоя самоуверенность радует и пугает меня одновременно. Я надеюсь, что ты верно оцениваешь свои силы. Ведь твоя смерть обречет на погибель всех жителей этого острова.
Не волнуйся, иначе бы я так не говорил.
И еще кое-что, прежде чем ты уйдешь. Здесь находится тот, кто хотел бы поговорить с тобой.
Правда? И кто это?
Это ты узнаешь у него самого, если будешь внимательно слушать. И помни, неважно, кем ты был раньше, твой новый путь начинается здесь и сейчас. И ты сам решаешь свою судьбу.
А как насчет доспехов?
Возьми эти штаны рудокопа. Большим я сейчас не располагаю. Вот, возьми эти эликсиры и магические свитки с заклинаниями. Используй их, чтобы проложить себе путь в Khorinis. Но не вздумай припрятать их на черный день. Твоя жизнь слишком ценна, чтобы рисковать ею. И вот еще немного золота. Оно-то тебе точно пригодится.
Тогда я пошел.
Where exactly are we?
Как я уже сказал, неподалеку от города Khorinis. Я отстроил свою башню здесь.
But it's only been a few days since we last saw each other in the Valley of Mines.
Слуги, которых я вызвал для строительства моей башни, проделали потрясающую работу.
You can say that again. Where can I find better equipment?
Ближайшее место, где ты сможешь раздобыть приличное оружие и доспехи — город Khorinis. Но внизу, в долине, Ты сможешь найти целебные травы, которые помогут тебе, если ты будешь ранен в бою. Видишь озеро справа от моей башни? Оттуда в долину ведет секретный проход.
Why is the Circle of Fire not supposed to know about you?
Когда-то я был высшим членом круга. Даже тогда я подозревал, что демоническая магия может быть ключом к этому магическому барьеру. Но мне было ни за что не убедить остальных членов круга последовать этому пути. Поэтому я покинул круг, чтобы изучать черную магию. Это преступление, которому в глазах магов огня, посвященных Иноса, всегда таких добрых и добродетельных, никогда не будет оправдания. Они уверены, что я все еще жив, но они понятия не имеют, где искать меня. И это хорошо.
So what should we do next?
Мы должны действовать согласно нашему плану. Другого пути нет. Ты должен раздобыть глаз Иноса, а я буду продолжать искать ответы.
Alright, here we are in Act 1. And before we start, let's go into settings and set a few things up. So, show floating hero damage or enemy, yes. Show hero damage on the side of the screen, yes. Show damage to summoned creatures, yes. Even though we're not gonna have much, maybe a fire golem or so. Show hero healing on screen, always helpful, how much. Show the numerical value of the animal's health, always helpful because sometimes you're gonna encounter opponents that are gonna be out of your reach. Show the karma of the gods, yes. This can be turned off because we don't even have it. Show day and time, yes. Show FPS. Duration of temporary effects, sure. Show the names of places visited, that would be nice. This is also good, so you know who's the enemy and who's not. So in green you'll have your friends, in orange you'll have neutral, and in red you normally have enemies, but we'll get to that later. This is also great for people with thieving skills, so you don't have to search through every one of them. You know who you already robbed and who you didn't rob. This will turn on in case we die. Display the enemy's health bar above their head is also great because you don't have to look at the actual top of the screen. Display Eldari, no. Go back, interface, this is great, this is great, show items, okay. Show the inventory by tab. This is for people that like to have things sorted, but I'm gonna leave it the way it is. Highlight quest items, yes. Highlight weapon types in inventory, also useful because you actually get the type of weapons in different colors, and you see. Quick inventory movement, this can be turned off. Old bow scope, I'm gonna use a bow sometimes, so I'm gonna turn this on. Show hero value, this is just for graphical stuff, so I'm gonna turn it off. Scale NPCs models, this is for your own preference. If you like things bigger, the harder the opponents are, you get bigger. And enable new spell bar, I'm gonna leave it at yes. Gameplay settings. Improve the AI bosses, I mean, sure, why not? Same game everywhere. I always like this because I don't want to wait to find the perfect spot. Auto aiming, no, with the bow. Hero shouts, it's kind of funny actually to see the nameless hero shout sometimes. This is for emergencies, in case somebody's following you and actually you want him to run faster. Free aiming magic, this is gonna be depending on the circumstance. Music in bot battles, I actually turn it off because sometimes it gets bugged. Clean up empty NPCs, I leave it off. You can see smoking rate of hero, I'm not sure what the purpose of this is. Crit chance of duels depends on one-handed or two-handed. I'll have it on one-handed even though I'm not going to use dual weaponry. Disable numlock, no. Oh yeah, it's already off anyway. Skip the dialogue of Xardas. Since we're doing this playthrough first time, you want to see this dialogue. It's kind of funny. Remove focus from dead NPCs. No, 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 and no. Okay. And game settings. Version control. No subtitles, of course. Light hide the current target. All. Enable mouse, of course. Mouse sensitivity, the amount of blood, a lot. We like that. And that's about it. Or everything else is basically graphics, and that's preferring on your PC. So let's continue, shall we? We're gonna start off with gathering some stuff. By the way, if you press V, you can just grab things instantaneously. This is Dagoth, but we're not gonna talk to him right now because the quests, you can always do them later, and he will be here as long as you still are in Act 1. These books, you can't read them until you can actually learn the demon language from another necromancer, but that's also after Act 2. Let's grab all of this food. The button for that gate behind us is actually right here. It's not where it used to be on the fireplace. Right. Large chest. So we have a few things inside here. You can also loot chest with V. I'm not sure if it always works, but it works quite a lot or often. I think it depends on the situation. I haven't figured that out yet. Let's go upstairs and grab some loot there. Boom, 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 boom. Running upstairs to Xardas' library, and we have actually a key. And the key to this, the chest to this key is upstairs. Also, you wanna interact with these bookshelves and search through them. You have extract of healing. Again, you can't use the books, but you can use the bookshelves. Summon a wolf. We have another healing scroll here. We have another light here. And fire arrow. Gonna need a lot of fire arrows and quite a lot of fireballs, mostly because of the enemies that we're gonna be facing before we become a fire magician. Let's see if we can pray to Beliar. Okay, cool. So you wanna pray to Innos and Beliar. You can't pray to Adanos, obviously, but in the top right corner you have the karma of Beliar and Innos, and once you get to a certain amount, which is normally 100 or above, you also get the karma with killing bad guys or killing innocent people, depending, and stealing and such. So you gotta be very careful. But you can spend them on stuff you normally wouldn't get. Okay, here we have 2 essences of healing. Same as in the Gothic base game, you get like strength, you get dexterity, but there's also something called intellect, and I'll explain that once we get to the city. Here we have the large chest with breath of life, 2 fireballs, a few gold coins, and a dagger, and some verses and more potions on the table. I don't think we can steal that little candle. No, candlestick can't. I think that's all on this level. Let's go back down. It's a bit dark in here. Always useful to have certain things. As soon as we loot the tower and get outside, so there's another quest gonna appear for the teleporter stones. We're gonna go back in and sleep until it's daytime. Maybe we'll even get to daytime before that happens, but let's see. It's already 4 in the morning. Daytime starts at 5. Okay, there's a new area here, but there's not much in it, but you can still grab a few swamp weeds and water, and you can actually sleep over here if you want. And a few things in the corner that are normally there. Don't worry, these won't attack you unless you attack them. Okay, alchemical water, mana essence, and so on. Playing at night is actually quite dangerous here, mostly because you can't see like almost anything. It's like 1 gold coin here, and there's 2 more in that corner. Oh, yeah, there Now let's go out. There's actually a door here now. We have to open it, and there's 2 guardians of Xardas standing right side. And here we have the teleporter stone I was talking to you about, this big thing. We have to go back to talk to Xardas about it, so let's go back in. And he's gonna give us a teleporter stone rune. But to activate them, we actually have to find several different ancient rune tiles across the entire map. And I'll actually post a map of where you can actually find them. So, what do you know about Brickbrook Stone?
Что ты знаешь о больших рунических камнях?
Насколько мне известно, их использовали друиды, когда-то жившие на этом острове. Эти камни служили им средством быстрого перемещения по острову. Вроде тех платформ телепортации, что были в долине рудников.
А ты сам не пытался воспользоваться ими?
Пробовал, но пока безуспешно. Полагаю, для их использования требуются некие артефакты самих друидов. Но вот какие именно, мне пока неизвестно.
Выходит, что для нас они абсолютно бесполезны?
Не совсем. Мне удалось разобраться с самим процессом перемещения. Для этого я и создал магическую руну телепортации, которая будет использовать силу этих рунических камней. Однако вопрос в том, каким образом активировать сами камни.
Если хочешь, я могу поискать для тебя эти артефакты.
Почему бы и нет? В конце концов, мне самому сейчас некогда этим заниматься. Поэтому я дам тебе свою руну, а ты поищи способ оживить эти камни.
Ладно, попробую.
Alright, that's the end of the conversation. It's about to be 5 in the morning, so the sun should be getting up. Whenever you see a thing called fleece in the subtitles, that's called a rune. And there you go, it's already bright. Let's equip our weapon. So we only have the steel dagger, and we're gonna put on some simple pants minor, even though they cover less of our body, which makes no sense, but I guess that's how it works. Also, we got a paper inside of Xardas' tower, so we can read it.
Интересно.
Yeah, it's a great magic runes, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. And what you get here is something called a skill called rhetoric. And what rhetoric does is it allows you to interact with certain people in town or whatever to do, like, it's persuasion. You can persuade them to do certain stuff, or you know, the higher your the higher your rhetoric is, the easier it is for you to actually play. And I think the highest you'll ever need is 60 or 70, but I'm not sure. It's easy to get that number, so don't worry. Okay. So I go behind here, I kill the goblin, and normally that goblin's not there, but since I turned on extra opponents, it got there. No worries. Alright, before we continue, let's save our first game. 1. Might take a while, depending on your PC processor and all that. Also, if you take out your torch and swing with your sword at the same time at enemies, you will do more damage. You also do a little bit of fire damage, so it's easier for you to kill the beginning mobs. Make sure you have that in mind. I just forgot it, honestly. And I'm not picking everything right now, mostly because you get a thing called the Will-o'-the-Wisp, and already a wolf down there. You get the Will-o'-the-Wisp, and it basically picks up everything for you once you train it properly. Alright, let's save again. I don't want to die, that's why. Let's take out our torch, see where that wolf was at, because I couldn't see it. Where's the wolf? Where's the wolf? It's very strange. It's like he disappeared. Well, we know for sure.
Ну давай, укуси меня.
There's one here. Oh, it's a puppy. And he already did a little bit of damage to us. And we have a few things to pick up here, but we can't. Oh, shit. Another one. A few arrows, scrolls, mana essence, and a short bow, which will be very useful. Let's pick up these healing herbs and look at the sun. It's beautiful. Also, the waterfall is way different than in the original Gothic, so that's thanks to DirectX 11. Alright, let's see now. I use this. I know it's a bit much for now, but nah, it's alright. Get plenty of experience and plenty of stuff to go with. Let's hide the torch. To get the torch out, just use your number 6 on the numpad. If you don't have a numpad, I don't know how to actually use it, so sorry. I'm gonna use a short bow to actually kill a goblin here. So you have free aim, and to use it, just right click on it. Where are you? That's weird. He's right in front of me. You can't hit him. There we go. To use it, so just right click and hold until you press the left click, and that's how you use the bow. And the longer you hold, the more damage you're gonna do. And there we go, we already ran out of arrows. That's fine. That's what they're for. Okay, let's use up the chests and the other chests. We get a few mana essences and a few gold coins. We're already at 168. As well as 120 HP. Let's see if this gets complicated or not, since we added more enemies. Should be interesting to see. Enemies in places you normally don't. Alright, let's try to kill these goblins alone. That wasn't too bad. Could have killed 3, I suppose, with that technique. Okay, let's also pick up a scroll. Awesome, we need scrolls. We need plenty of scrolls, actually. Wonderful. Continuing down to this valley over here, where we're gonna meet our good old friend Lester. Gothic 2 players already know that, so... Oh shit, there's another wolf somewhere. Or is it along the way already? Well, I hear it, I just don't know where it is. Alright, saving again. It's a good thing it's a quick save. Alright. Yeah, it's right here. Wow. Holy damn. I think I'm gonna have to use a scroll on this one. Let's see if it'll actually load. Sometimes it crashes, but don't worry, just reload the game and restart where you left off. Alright. This is quite funny, using a scroll to kill a damn wolf. It has 90 health and it one-shots us. Let's see, this does 40 damage plus the burning. Okay, kill it like that. Boom. Oh yeah, he did. So it's good to be a fire mage mostly because of burning damage. And once you get the AoE skills and all that, oh, it gets so much easier. Let's see if we have anything else to pick up. No. Save again. And there should be some scavengers down there, and we'll literally just run away to Lester and he can kill them. So to sprint, you just basically press the button above the tab. I'm not sure how it's called. And once you get to Lester, he just starts automatically talking to you.
Really? Man, am I glad to see you.
Now, one little tip before you do anything. Anytime you see unknown face from Gothic 1 or whatever, you just tell them that you already know them. In this case, Lester, how did you get here? And you'll get experience for those kind of
Lester,
conversations.
how did you get here?
That was a crazy escape. After the barrier exploded, I wandered around the area for a while in total confusion. Then I spent days fighting my way through these woods until I finally found this valley here. Diego, Milton, and Gorn are still in the Valley of Mines. At least, I think so.
What happened?
After the Sleeper was defeated, the entire Brotherhood lost their minds. Without their master, they were all just empty husks.
And you? What about you?
It was the same for me. I had nightmares and even hallucinations. But once my head was more or less clear again, I ran for it. Once, I thought I saw a huge black shadow pounce on a group of fugitives and burn them all up in a giant cloud of fire. At that moment, I really thought a dragon had come to kill me.
Did you see anything else?
No. I took to my heels and ran.
Of course you did.
I'm on my way to Khorinis. What do you know about the town?
Khorinis? Well, it's a seaport. Nothing special. Why do you ask?
I must go and see the paladins who are said to be in town.
Really? They won't even let you into the town. And certainly not to where the paladins are.
Do you have any suggestions how I could get into town?
I certainly do. I worked for an old alchemist named Constantino some time ago. He has great influence in the city, and he's instructed the guards at the gate to let anyone through who can sell him rare herbs. So it's quite easy, really. You collect a large bunch of the plants that grow here all over the place, and then you pretend you're working for Constantino, and in you go. But don't collect a mix of this and that. The guards aren't all that bright, and they know nothing about alchemy. The bundle needs to look good to them if you want to get through. I think that 10 specimens of the same kind of plant should do the trick.
Thanks for the hint.
Значит, все остальные твои братья погибли?
Нет. Как оказалось, были и те, кому все-таки удалось пережить это безумие.
Откуда ты это знаешь?
Об этом мне рассказал один парень, которого я встретил недалеко от подгорного прохода, там, наверху.
Кто это был?
Если мне не изменяет память, его звали Cavalorn. Ты должен его помнить, он был одним из призраков Гомеза в колонии.
Кажется, что-то припоминаю. И что же он сказал?
Ну, сказал, что несколько оставшихся в живых гуру братства недавно организовали небольшой лагерь недалеко от прохода в долину рудников. Правда, по его собственным словам, теперь эти парни проповедуют какую-то иную веру и больше не поклоняются спящему.
Тогда, может быть, тебе бы стоило наведаться туда?
Нет, приятель, хватит с меня всего этого, мне и тут неплохо.
Ну ладно, как скажешь.
Whenever they say sleeping, they actually mean the sleeper. And the Podgorny passage is actually the pass to the Valley of Mines. And in those who are still new to the game, you see everything eventually.
How long have you been hiding out in this valley?
I don't know exactly. A week, maybe? But there's one more thing. When I came here in the evening, I took a look up on the mountain, and there were only a few trees there. And when I looked the next morning, that tower was there. I could have sworn it wasn't there before. Since then, I haven't left the valley.
You mean Xardas's tower? I knew he was powerful, but creating a tower just like that...
Xardas the Necromancer? He lives in that tower? I don't know if I like that.
Don't worry. He's the one who rescued me from the Sleeper's Temple. He's on our side. You need to tell Xardas about the shadow. It could be important.
You don't think it was my imagination? You mean there really was a...
Dragon, yes.
You're getting into the thick of it again, am I right?
I shouldn't say in the thick of it. Not yet.
Well, good. If it's so important, then I'll go see him. But not now. For the moment, I'm going to rest. I'm still exhausted after the escape from the penal colony. I think you've got big plans. I'll see you later at Xardas's.
So we keep gathering herbs so we can actually get inside. The problem is Lester trying to attack that poor little scavenger. Look, I'm behind him and he's not doing anything. No, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Nope. Come on, Lester, do your job. There you go.
One less monster around.
Might as well heal myself. And one more thing, Lester.
Подожди минутку.
What do you know about the area?
If you keep going down that way, you'll come to a farm. The city starts a little way beyond that, but be careful. There's not just wolves and rats hanging around here. There's goblins and bandits too.
И вот еще. Возьми эту набедренную повязку послушника. Я прихватил с собой перед тем, как уйти из лагеря на болотах. Она мне ни к чему, а вот тебе, возможно, сослужит хорошую службу.
It's so funny how they talk in Russian, but sometimes it's just refreshing to hear a different language, you know. So there's nothing more for us here at the moment because we just cannot handle all the creatures. We'll come back later. Let's just run up. So for running, in this instance, you would use stamina and not just potions. But once you get out of stamina, it just has to refill on its own. And then you can start running again. You can also upgrade it, same as health and mana. And you can also have regeneration skills, not just potions. So that's always a good thing. And most of the stuff Vatras can teach you in town, which is the water mage. Right? We're gonna go this way. We're gonna save right here because I already see something weird going on there. Something flying. I think it's a small blood fly. Yeah, it is. Oh, it almost killed us too. Those things are actually quite dangerous, and they're... if you don't have a long enough weapon, they'll just kill you. Let me see, we got anything else? A wooden stick. Let's try with that. The longer the weapon, the easier it is to fight things, and that's not a joke. Just don't only look at the strength of the weapon, also look at the distance that it has. Alright, this is Cavalorn, so let's go and talk to him.
Trouble? Damn. I don't know where they're all hiding. You kill one, and shortly afterwards they're all back again. Wait a moment. I know you. You're the fellow who was constantly baking arrows for me in the Valley of Mines.
So you always say who the name is of the character you're speaking to.
Your name
And
is
you get experience.
Cavalorn, right?
Ah, I see you haven't forgotten me after all we went through in the cursed colony. Where are you heading?
In this case, I would say back into the Valley of Mines, and you instantly get a new quest.
Back to the Valley of Mines.
Really? I wish I could follow you, but I have to finish my duties here first. When you're in the Valley of Mines, could you please look around and see if my old hut is still standing? I'd like to return there one day.
Interesting armor you're wearing. Don't you belong to the Shadows anymore?
Shadows? They haven't existed since the fall of the barrier. The moment we could finally leave the Valley of Mines, there was no reason for me to stick with them. Now I work for the water mages. I belong to the Ring of Water.
It's very cute.
What are you doing here?
I'm sitting tight. If it hadn't been for these damn bandits, I wouldn't be here.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
I'm not really allowed to talk about it. All I can do is send you to Vatras. He is the representative of the water mages in Khorinis. The best thing would be to talk to him. Tell him you've come from me. Maybe he'll take you on as one of us. We urgently need more good people.
Weren't you and your people enemies of the water mages back then?
Those crazy old days are over. There isn't any more new camp or old camp. Now that the penal colony no longer exists, everyone is on his own. Most of us former prisoners are still being hunted. The water mages were able to get my sentence commuted, and now I can move about freely.
What are the water mages doing now?
They're up to something big. It has to do with an unknown region of the island.
An unknown region? Where is it supposed to be?
I can't tell you more. Talk to Vatras in Khorinis.
What was that about bandits?
Ты что, с луны свалился?
Huh?
I'm talking about all the riffraff from the penal colony that are making themselves at home here in the area, plundering and murdering for all they're worth. I guess I'm lucky they didn't kill me. I let down my guard for one moment, and they clubbed me from behind. No idea how I'll get all my stuff back now.
You were robbed by the bandits?
Да, они вырубили меня и бросили на завтрак гоблинам.
It was damned important stuff. A letter and all my money. I absolutely have to get it back. But without someone to watch my back, I'm not going back there. That cowardly rabble.
Can I help you with the bandits?
Well, I don't have any choice but to take your offer. My time is running out. So, pay attention. Down this path here, you'll find one of those filthy holes in the ground that bandits like to hide in. The fellows there are the same ones who stole my stuff. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll nab the rabble.
I need better equipment.
Those swine haven't left me much. I can give you a wolf knife. Will that do for now?
You call that a knife? But what about healing?
I still have 2 healing potions here. Interested?
Sure.
Basically, before you attack those guys, you also need to talk to them. And I'm gonna switch the weapon here. Mostly because you'll see in a minute why. Okay, let's just save before we continue. I don't know what's on the way between here and now. And I think there's supposed to be chest somewhere here. No? No. I thought it was. Oh yes, there is. So just from which side I have to go here. There you go. There's a little chest here. Gives you a healing potion and a few gold. So that's it. Now since we don't have any arrows, we're gonna have to attack that thing head on. Alright, let's do this. There's one scavenger over there, and that should be all there is on the way.
Иди сюда, скотина!
Wow, he killed us. That's some strong scavenger right there. I thought I was at full health. I mean, I could always use a fire arrow, but it's such a waste for such a weak opponent. Let me check again. I had full health. Oh, I didn't have full health. That's why it killed me. Okay, let's get it back then. Okay, everything's already equipped. Could use the loincloth brotherhood, but no, this is actually better. Okay. Alright, scavenger, let's see what you got this time. Let's hope you don't kill me in one shot.
Сейчас я выпущу тебе кишки.
There we go. Killed it, even though it's only 30 experience. There should be a firewood right here, and then we go talk to the first of the bandits, which is Jesse.
Hey, where do you come from?
And you say you come from the mountains.
I've come from the mountains.
Exactly, you come from the mountains.
You always have to
That is
pick
bad for you.
carefully what you choose on the dialogues, especially when it comes to
Very bad.
rhetoric.
They're looking for you. A whole bunch of evil guys. There's someone here you absolutely have to talk to. Follow me.
In this case, you would choose who's looking for me. And you continue picking the second option here
Who's looking for me?
until you
Half
get
of
to the end.
Khorinis is after you, and you're trying to tell me that you don't know anything about it? Ah, I see. You just don't want to talk to me about it, All right, it's your business. So, you coming or not?
Again, second option.
Who should I talk to?
To my leader. His name is Brago. He can explain everything to you better than I can. So, what about it? Are we going?
How do I know this isn't a trap?
You know, I'm getting tired of you. If you don't want my help, then just go to the city and let them put you behind bars. You come with me now or forget about it, see?
Easy, my friend. Someone else already tried to trick me.
Oh?
This guy suggested that we should get an amulet together and share the profit. Once we reached our goal, he and his friends attacked me.
It sounds as though they got you involved with the wrong people. Where was that?
And you actually tell him the truth.
I was a convict in the mining colony.
You come from behind the barrier? Man, then we were there together.
I don't know you.
I was a digger in the old camp. I didn't have much to do with the whole thing. But what is more important now is you are in big trouble. Someone has put a pretty price on your head, and he's handed out a few posters with your mug on them. If I were you, then I would be very, very careful. There are people with us who would kill their own mother for gold. But I think we boys from the penal colony ought to stick together.
Then I guess I better thank you now.
Oh, it's nothing. Just make sure you stay alive.
And then you tell him who's the
Who's
fellow.
the fella who pays the bounty?
That I don't know. There's only one of us who knows him.
And who would that be?
Hey man, I can't really tell you that. You know how it goes.
10 gold pieces for the name of the guy who raised the bounty.
Oh man, I really can't do that.
Spit it out already.
Oh man, all right. His name is Dexter. Near the big farm, there's a steep rock. There's a watchtower up there, and a few mines. He has his hideout somewhere nearby.
See? That wasn't so hard. Here's your gold.
And just don't tell him who told you.
Can I have the picture?
Sure. After all, it's your mug on there.
There's bound to be a lot of trouble here before long.
What's up?
A guy named Cavalorn is coming to get you.
Rats, he's still alive. I'm out of here.
Yeah, and you basically save him so we can get another quest for him, which is basically giving him some armor to later join the mercenaries. Now we go back to Cavalorn, and we're gonna attack the bandits together. Before that, we're gonna save again.
Let's mix it up with those guys.
Sure thing. Just keep my back clear, okay? Now they're in for a nasty surprise.
And the thing is, he's so strong, he doesn't really need your help. So just stay behind him. He'll take care of everything. Let's see how strong you are, Cavalorn. Can you one-shot them with the bow or not?
You shouldn't have come here.
What the hell is going on? He's bugged or something.
You shouldn't have come here.
Had to help him a little bit. So we're gonna pick everything from them. And then he's gonna talk to us.
So, that's done. Ha! They shouldn't have messed with me. Then I can finally fulfill my mission. I've lost too much time already.
What sort of mission?
Ah, yeah. First I have to get into the city, and then later. I don't know how I'm going to get all that done in time.
What about me?
Why not? You could take the letter into the city. Then I'll have a bit more time to take care of my equipment. One of the bandits must have the letter in his pocket. Take it to Vatras, the water mage in the city. You'll find him in the Temple of Adanos. He preaches there all day. Tell him that I wasn't able to get it done. And if he asks where I am, just tell him I'm already on my way to the meeting point. Okay? Oh yeah, one more thing. First buy some decent clothes from the farmers. Otherwise, you may be taken for a bandit. Here's a couple of coins.
Alright. Awesome. Let's just make sure we take everything from here. Cool. There's nothing behind there. And we hear a lot of scavengers somewhere. But since it's already been more than an hour, we're gonna save it here and we're gonna continue with the next part in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you like, please subscribe and you get more notifications about this playthrough. Have a good one, and ciao.